Good evening, third grade families. I just want to start out the evening by talking a little bit about the Iread3 assessment that your student will be taking soon. The Iread3 assessment is a summative assessment that measures foundational reading standards through grade 3. Iread3 is based on Indiana academic standards. Iread3 will be given here at Green Meadows March 9th and 10th. It is imperative that your third grade student is present on those days of school. If needed, makeup tests can be given March 11th through the 18th. Virtual students must come into Green Meadows to take this assessment, and Mrs. Wolf will communicate those times with you. So what is Iread3? Here's a little bit of information for you. First of all, this assessment is taken on the computer. All questions are multiple choice, and there are several topics covered on the test, such as word analysis with beginning, middle, and end sounds, synonyms, antonyms, and homographs, prefixes and suffixes, and context clues, as well as vocabulary and reading comprehension questions. So what happens if your student doesn't pass Iread3? Obviously, we hope that all of our students do pass, but if a student doesn't, then the state requires schools to have an intervention plan to help your student succeed. Part of that plan is that students will be required to go to summer school, and then they will take the test again at the end of summer school. If your student doesn't pass at that point, then retention in third grade is a possibility. If this is something that is being considered, you will meet with school administration to talk about options for your student. So don't forget, March 9th and 10th are the test days, so please make sure your children get great sleep. We'll make sure they have a great breakfast and that everybody is set up for success. Now I'd like to turn it over to our third grade teachers who are going to teach us a fun math family game. Have fun, everybody.
Today, Miss Widener and Mrs. Den are going to demo a game called Rio. This game will help you practice your multiplication facts in a family fun way. So to play Rio, you will need tile sets, 15 transparent chips, 5 each in different colors, and 2 dice. Okay, so the objective of the game is for the person to get rid of all of his or her chips. To play, each group chooses one factor card to play with. Each chooses a color and takes 5 chips to use. The first player rolls the number cube and marks the appropriate tile. For example, if the students choose the factors of 4 card and rolls a 5, the player puts a chip on the tile 20, since 5 times 4 equals 20. The second player then rolls the number cube, and if an 8 comes up, the player puts a chip on 32, since 8 times 4 is 32. If the third player rolls a 5, the tile 20 is already marked with a chip, so that player bumps the first player's chip off, and the third player now has that tile. If 6s are rolled on the dice, pretend they're 0s. If 2 6s are rolled, skip a turn or roll again. Play continues until one player has played all of their chips.
Okay, Mrs. Den, what number card do you want to do? 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7s, 9s, or 8s?
How about we do the 3s?
Okay.
And I'm going to pick green, so I have my 5 green chips.
All right, and I'm going to do red.
Okay, would you like to roll first? And we're playing the 3 card, so this is the only card that we're going to put our chips on.
Okay.
Not the other ones.
Okay, yeah, I'll go. No, I use 1 dice?
You use 2 dice, because you
Okay.
have to add the numbers that are on the dice together
Okay.
to find out what you're multiplying by.
Okay, so 5 and 5 is 10, so I'm doing 3 times 10, and that's 30, so I'm going to take my red chip and cover the 30.
Okay, awesome. All right, and I rolled a 5, so 5 times 3 is 15. So I will cover mine on the 15.
Okay. All right, 2 plus 2 is 4, so 3 times 4 is 12, so it's still empty, so I'm going to cover it with my red chip. And I want to get rid of all my chips, right?
You want to get rid of all your chips, yep.
Okay.
Okay, so 4 plus 1 is 5, so 5 times 3 is 15. And I already have a chip on 15, so I'm going to put a second chip on 15. And now since I have 2 chips on 15, that square is locked. So if you roll a 15, you cannot bump me off of there.
So does that mean I just lose a turn?
Yes, you would just lose your turn.
Okay. All right, so 5 plus 4 is 9, and 3 times 9 is 27. So, ooh, I only have 2 chips left, Mrs. Dan.
Okay, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and it's still empty.
Okay. It's getting close.
I know. 2 to 2.
All right, 4 plus 3 is 7. So 3 times 7 is 20. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
it's my
Down
spot.
to 1 chip. All right. 6 times 3 is 6 plus 3 is 9. Ooh, and 9 times 3 is 20.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's right. A 6 is a 0. So that's 0, and
But
that's
but wait a
3.
minute, but can't you do 3 times 9 and get 27?
I could, but if 6s have to be a 0,
Maybe it's if you do
maybe if you roll
two sixes,
I don't
because it's
know.
not, because it doesn't go to 12.
No, it says 6s or 0s.
Oh,
Okay, well, if that's a 0. Now, if I had rolled 9, I could have bumped you off of there because you only have 1 chip on that 27. But if that's a 0 and that's 3, 3 times 3 is 9. Oh, I'm already on that 9, so now I get to...
so I can't bump you off that
you
one.
can't bump me off of the 9 or the 15, but you only have 1 chip left.
I know, so I really want to land on a 3, a 24, 9, 18, and a 6. So 5 plus 1 is 6.
Mhm.
So 3 times 6 is 18.
Now, do we all have to have an equal number of turns? Because if you went first, you're going to get rid of your chips first.
Not unless you bumped me off.
Okay. Okay.
But we didn't show everybody at home what would happen if you bumped. So why don't you roll and see if you can bump
Okay.
somebody off?
So 5 plus 4 is 9. So if this was my turn, 9 times 3 is 27. Miss Widener already has 27 covered, but she only has 1 chip there. So if it was my turn to roll that one, I would have to give her her chip back, and then I would cover up 27.
And then I have 1 chip left and she's empty, so she
Yep.
would win. So as long as there's not 2 chips and it's locked in, if you roll and land on someone else's chip, you can bump them off nicely and
Cover that up.
yep, cover that up, and then they have to take their chips back.
Now, if I had rolled on my turn another 3, and I already have 2 chips there, then I would just lose my turn.
And you can also play with 3 people. That's why you're gonna have 3 different colors of chips, 5 chips each. And then you can play, and then you can start over and pick a new number to multiply by.
Thanks for watching our video on how to play Rio. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. If you guys have any questions, feel free to come in and ask us all about it. Thanks.